welcome to episode 612 of Prog Review, and today, whoops, nearly fell out the bottom then, really, it's Steve Hackett's Broken Skies, Outspread Wings, complete and resplendent with the Roger Dean cover. Look at that, it's done it again. Yeah, look, if you're not careful, whoa, it slides out the bottom, whoa, way, and there's the back. I already did an unboxing of this. It wasn't very good. It was live from my lap. We kind of did a bit of gonzo footage of the unboxing, but you know, you probably not watched that. Nah, no one's watched that. You'll be watching this instead. So whilst I talk about this, I'm going to overlay the unboxing that I've done on the kitchen table, so it looks all nice, very pretty, so you can see all the details. So anyway, this is the new. It's a new compilation, and it covers. Oh God, what's the period it covers? 980 something. That's why I have to open it up. Oh, if only you'd be bothered to do the research, Darren. Research? That's for professionals. You pay peanuts, you get monkeys. 1984. I nearly said 83. Oh, 1984 to 2006 this period covers. So yeah, what they've done is it's not as fun as the Premonitions box set. It's got all the good stuff on, isn't it? You know, those early albums. Oh boy, I'm kidding. There are some good bits on this one, but whereas the Premonitions had the wizard-like touch of Stephen Wilson's greasy fingerprints all over it via remixes and surround sound stuff and whatnot. This is a bit more of a sedentary affair, with them just the albums being remastered by Benedict Fenner, or Ben Fenner, who's a long-time associate with Mr. Hackett. So yes, and also they've added extra bonus tracks and whatnot to some of the albums, not all of them. So yeah, we start off with Till We Have Faces from '84. That's where we get lots of Mexican percussion, not Mexican, Brazilian. See what I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Brazilian. I'll edit that out. No one will notice the mistake. You won't notice. I don't know why I thought Mexican. I knew it was over there. I knew it was in South America somewhere. I should have said Argentinian, shouldn't I? That would have been even funnier. Falklands. Yeah, so Till We Have Faces. It's a very odd album. I'm sure I'm not going to talk about the albums. No, because I could review them and I could squeeze a little bit more prog review juice out of the proceedings. So you got Till We Have Faces. Feedback 86. Which features an extra track, When the Heart Rules the Mind, 218. That's 2018 even. Re-record of the Couture track. Remember Couture, when Hackett and Howe teamed up because Asia was a thing, and they thought, well, we'll have some of that, but they didn't have any of the songs, did they? Really, they didn't have any of the songs, so it didn't work out as well. So you got that. Yeah, Feedback 86 is a peculiar thing. Brian May is on it, and there's even Bonnie Tyler as well. There's a vocal there from Bonnie Tyler, which places it in the 80s, smack in the middle of the 80s. Yeah, let's just say it's only an album a mother could love. Guitar Noir. Let's move on. You know I love that album, but this has got that awful rejiggered track listing and the bonuses which they did in I think '97. So I don't really care for it that much. But it's a good album, but I still prefer the original track listing. It paces it better. Darktown, which has got a couple of tracks on it, extra tracks. Flame, Coming Home to the Blues, and Fast Flower. which you may have missed the first time. And I think they were digital downloads or something back in the day. I think you could get them. To Watch the Storms, which is another good one. It's got Strutting Ground and what's that other one? Brand New. I quite like that one, and Serpentine Song. It's not a bad return to form in the mid 2000s, followed by Wild Orchids, which you get another extra. There's some more extra tracks in there as well, I think. Except there were special editions of those, and I think they've included all that stuff on there. You see, because I've owned a special edition, so I don't know what's a bonus track and what's not these days, because they brought out special editions with extra things, and so I'm looking. I just see the original track listing. And finally, we have some DVDs, the surround sound 5.1 mixes, which you get Wolfwork, Set Your Compass, Cedars of Lebanon, Brand New, Serpentine Song, Circus of Becoming, and When the Heart Rules the Mind. It accounts for about 35 minutes, 40 minutes of actual surround sound music. So, and you get 3 videos as well: Mechanical Bride from Paris 2009, Rise Again, and Rainbows. But on here they've got them the wrong way around. Walking to Rainbows, or whatever it's called. From Walking Away from Rainbows from Guitar Noir. Those are that you made a boo boo there. You should have checked it. It's the wrong way round on the thing. So that DVD is probably one of the buying points. And yeah, whilst the 5.1 surround mixes are very nice, there's not enough of them. But I understand that sometimes the master tracks, the multi tracks to these things aren't available, and so it's really underrepresented. Must get some new teeth. These ones are a bit loose. You don't. Like I said, it's not as fun as the previous set. So yeah, I was a little disappointed with the lack of 5.1 material. It happens, And finally, we have Somewhere in South America, a really good live a document of a live tour. Back in the day when the Genesis stuff was, put to the sidelines and his solo material came to the fore. I miss those days. I liked it when the Genesis stuff were a bit of a surprise, but I do mind the washing machine. It's going through its final spin. That's what you come here for. That's what you come here for, the sound of the washing machine. It sounds like it's taking off. It's good, isn't it? Playing this right, didn't I? But it drowns out the sound of the dogs next door, barking. Again, it's a great gig. It's nice, but you wonder why. And they've not done anything to enhance it. It still looks as bad as it did. But technology's moved on. That's what I mean. Now we have HD and Blu-rays and everything's sparkly and shiny. Here it looks a bit like you bought it from a man in the pub. It's a bit dog-eared. There's been no enhancements to it. There's a collection. I'll talk about the remastering. It doesn't add anything to the CDs. They don't sound any better to the ones I've got. It's not. There's nothing. If you own these CDs, don't buy it. Because you think you're going to get a better sounding. No, it just sounds the same. It's just there's nothing. And if you're interested in the 5.1 mixes, boy, you've got to like 35 minutes of surround sound. This is all sounding rather negative. And then if we turn our attention to the booklet, whilst there are some nice pictures, very scant on the text. In the Premonitions box set, there were lots. It was like an interview. It was a running interview, giving you little bits of info, some details about the recording and this, that, and the other. Here, it reads as if he couldn't be bothered, as if he didn't want to talk about the records. Oh, that song's all right, and it's just very scant, and you think, why bother? Why bother? And that is the conclusion I've drawn from the box set. Why bother? Because it doesn't have any of the of the drawer that the Premonitions box set has. That, you know, there was new things in there. There was, you know, there was surround sound mixes and, you know, different mixes and whatnot, and even a track that we hadn't heard before in was it King of Cups, I think it was called, which was a startling bonus, you know, from a tape found in the attic. So that was exciting. So this one, it's more for, I mean, again, looking at the price, it's about 50 quid. It's more for those people who haven't got any of these albums from that period. I don't know who that'd be. You know, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe there are people out there who've completely missed out on, you know, maybe they're newcomers. Maybe it's the people that are newcomers who, you know, who've missed out on those albums. I don't know. It just seems it's a bit of an oddity. It's a bit odd, you know. But at the price, if you don't own any of these, or maybe you only own one of them, it represents good value. But in comparison to the Premonitions box set, it's a bit anemic. Alright? I liked the 5.1 mixes. I thought they were good. I wanted more. I'm a greedy bastard. What can you expect? I want more, Steve. I want more. They're good. They're good fun. I like them. Want more though. You know what I'm saying, mate? Want more. And it's a real shame that Guitar Noir and Till We Have Faces. I mean, Till We Have Faces, some of the percussion on that would have sounded great in 5.1. It's a real shame that it wasn't represented. But again, I understand. Master tracks, master tapes, multi-tracks can get lost. So that's a real, you know, that's a real downer here. So yeah, it's a bit of an odd. It's a bit of an oddity. It's a bit of an oddity. But at 50 quid, if you don't have any of the records, remarkably good value. If you're dyed-in-the-wall Hackett fan, there's very little here to satisfy, unless you're a completist, you know, or maybe, yeah, that's it really. Unless you're a completist, you're gonna, you know. I mean, some people go, well, I've owned these, you know, and you'd be justified for that. So, yeah, that's it. It's a compilation. It's a compilation. In terms of a rating, it is what it is. So in that respect, you know, it scores. I'm going to give it 4 Strutting Grounds out of 5. 4 Strutting Grounds out of 5, because it's not bad for 50 quid. You know, to collect all these albums separately, I think, unless you went the second-hand route. But if you wanted all these albums brand new, and the DVD, which I think might have been deleted by now, you know, it's gonna cost you more than 50 quid, and you do get the Roger Dean art, and you do get a booklet. So yeah. However, if you're a hardcore fan, you might want to skip it. You might want to skip it. I think that's fair. And my other big issue with it, he says. Oh, dogs are going crazy next door. Oh dear. You do not East registered with the Kennel Club, that bloke. Hard to believe, isn't it? So anyway, look, do you see what my problem is? It's bigger than this. They don't look good sitting next to each other. Why do they do this? They bring out these compilations and then they make them all different sizes. So when you put them on the shelves, if you've got a bit of OCD, you know, and I imagine the average prog fan is a little bit OCD, they look a bit odd sitting next to each other. So there you go. So that's it. My name's been Darren Rock. I've been talking about Broken Skies, Outspread Wings by Steve Hackett. It's a new compilation. If you don't own any of the period 1984 to 2006, remarkably good value. If you do, you might want to give it a miss. And that's that. Yeah, that's that. Not much else left to say. I think I've covered everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Don't forget engagement. Want to get engaged, all right? Because engagement is important. The Google algorithm feeds on engagement like a vampire with a healthy appetite. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm on fire. And and that's it. And thanks for watching. That's it. Then that's it. And there's only one more thing left to say. And you'll know what that is. And that is Prog on.